Everyone, Alex here for Bright Dog Academy. If you'd like me to personally answer any questions you may have about your dog, be sure to head over to brightdog.com where you can learn about my online training program, plus pick up a copy of the official Bright Dog Academy ebook.
Communicating with our dogs. This is one of the most important concepts that everybody needs to understand before you start trying to train your dog. Because if you don't understand the way dogs communicate, then you're never going to be able to communicate to your dog what it is you want them to do. Now, there's something that is very important when it comes to communication, and that is dogs hear sounds, okay? Dogs hear sounds. Now, you might think that sounds really simple. Well, duh, of course dogs hear sounds. But think about this, alright? When you first bring home your little puppy or you adopt a new dog, and you've got your dog with you and you're saying, sit, down, roll over, stay, stop, come, and your dog's looking at you and not doing any of it, it's very easy to go, well, my dog's just ignoring me, he's choosing to disobey me. When the reality is that that dog probably has never had those sounds, sit, down, stay, paired with an action. So to him, you saying, sit, down, stay, come, before you've actually taught him what those sounds means, you might as well just be going, hey, dog. Because it sounds the same to your dog. Humans, us talking and using, English or whatever language you speak, to a dog, it's just funny sounds coming out of our mouth. And it's really important to keep this in mind, because to dogs, English or whatever language you speak to your dogs, that's their second language. So imagine, as a human, being dropped off in a foreign country, in a country that speaks a different language than you speak. Imagine trying to survive and live and just follow the basic rules of that country when you don't understand anything that's going on around you. And this is a very easy way and an easy thing that leads to, dog owners thinking that, okay, my dog has a serious problem, that he constantly disobeys me, he doesn't listen to commands. When the reality is, maybe the dog just doesn't know the command as well as we think. So keep in mind, this is very important, that dogs don't hear words necessarily, they hear sounds, okay? And it's our jobs as dog owners, as, if we're training our own dog, to teach our dogs to pair the actions with sounds. And this is important. Okay? This is what training your dog comes down to, and what communicating with your dog comes down to. We need to take time and teach our dogs that every single sound we make has a specific action. That dog, when we say and make the sound sit, it means put your butt on the ground. We need to take time to teach our dog, when we say stay and make that sound stay, it means don't move until we say so. And until we have very clearly communicated that this specific action we want you to do, it needs to happen when we make this sound with our mouth, we can't say that the dog is ignoring us or that the dog is choosing to obey us, because the reality is the dog is probably just confused. It's like me saying to you, hey, can you go over there and pick up the for me, and then go put it on the and then you go over there and you pick up a book and you go put it on the couch, and I go, no, didn't you hear me? I said I wanted to, and you look at me and go, I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. What is it you want from me? This is how our dogs feel. So it goes on in our dogs' minds when we're saying sit, 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 and the dog hasn't had that sound paired with the action. So with communicating with your dog, keep this in mind. Whatever the action is that we want our dog to do, we want the dog to sit, to lay down, to stop barking, to stop pulling on the leash. We have to take time and have patience to pair the sound that we make, the sound which is the word, the command, with the action we want. Okay? So communicating with your dog. Very basic stuff here, but it's important to understand and get into the mind of how your dog thinks. So when we're trying to communicate with him, we can communicate properly and get to the stage where he really does understand all of the sounds coming out of our mouth. And then now to him, it just sounds like words. All right? Communication.